Hey everybody, it's Mark Vo with VOGTLAND Outdoors, and part of VOGTLAND Outdoors is exercising. It's not just the fun stuff, the tennis and the fishing and the archery, but it's working on a healthy self. And I've been struggling for since last year with some surgery that I had for a kidney stone. Put me on a couch for, guys, 5 months. Jeez. And it's been a really hard comeback. This is the first half marathon that I'm training for in 2 years, after doing usually 6 or 7 a season. But it's a gorgeous day out. We're going to be running along the Fox River. And whether you're ready or not for longer distances, like training distances, like 7 miles, I am not ready. I've been running 3 miles, 2.5, 3 miles, a couple of lunch times a week, and then the weather's been bad, so I'm staying inside. But sometimes you just got to sneak up on the long distance. You just got to go a little bit crazy and say, okay, fat guy's going to go try this. And when I say sneak up on it, I mean, there's a cop going by. When I say sneak up on it, I mean, I'm going to take it really easy. That strategy that I'm telling you guys about, run 1 telephone pole, or run 2, walk 1, run 2, walk 1. I'm going to be doing that right from the beginning, and I'll probably be running and walking 1 telephone pole the whole way. The goal is to finish the distance no matter how bad the time is. Who cares? You just want to finish the distance with 1 additional criteria, without injury, with 2 criteria. 1, without traumatizing yourself so that you're afraid to do it again. And 2, without injury. I don't want to be injured. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to start training again tomorrow. So the weather's out nice, and we're going to go sneak up on the running. I want you guys to give that a try. That run 1, walk 1. What's going to happen is you're going to look forward to the running. It's kind of like you're going for a long walk with a little bit of exercise in it. That's what ends up happening. And it makes for an enjoyable, wonderful morning. Let's get out on the trail before I say goodbye. Cool breeze out of the north. Good thing I'm running south. 7 miles from Geneva, Illinois home. It's down here. Got to go fishing too. It's a good strategy, running in one direction along the Fox River from north to south. I've got 3-mile runs, 5.5-mile runs, 7-mile runs. St. Charles is a 9-mile run. Another spot in St. Charles, Illinois is a 10-mile run. And then there's another spot 13 miles up. I can do my half marathon from the Fox Valley individual marathon. But today it's just 7. Just get that part done. See you out there. Here's another tip from Mark. Greet everybody you run past. Tell them good morning. Smile. You'd be surprised the effect it has on people. Release your inner Canadian. Let it out. Be friendly. Plus, you look forward to the day. You look forward to your training runs more. If you know there's something waiting for you out there, chance to greet people, make their day a little brighter, cost you nothing. Something to think about. Let's run again. Morning. Morning.
Morning.
See how easy that was? Made everybody's day. Probably improve their time on this mile by 10 seconds. Doesn't help mine yet. Just makes me feel better. Let's go. 6 miles to go. This is what I mean, guys, by run 1, walk 1. Pick a common distance. One that doesn't tire you out too much. Remember, I'm 25 pounds overweight. You're going to run the distance between one telephone pole and the next, and you're going to walk the next one. No matter how good you feel, the whole idea is that at the end of the run, you still have legs left. You still got gas in the tank. You're going to need that strategy on the day of the real race when you're at mile 10 and you got 3.1 miles left to go. So here goes. Remember, I'm also going extra slow. My goal here is to finish and not be traumatized or injured. Ha. Coming up on mile 1, I've been walking enough, it should be 14 something. Plus I stopped and went back. What was I going to tell you? Oh, the reason I like to run around the Fox River Trail is, if you look back there, that's mile 23. Which
total distance 1 mile. Total time 15 minutes and 6 seconds.
15-minute
mile. Split pace 15 minutes 5 seconds per mile.
That's not the point, guys. The point is no trauma, no injury. That's how you get into longer distances. So I'm not talking to the elite runners. I'm not an elite runner. I'm talking to the other fat guys trying to get off the couch. 15 minutes is just a couple minutes shorter than walking. You're going to walk around, I don't know, 17, 18 minutes, maybe 20. So 15 is an improvement. It's not a 10-minute mile, a 9, an 8, a 7. Never will be. But it's going to fix your blood pressure. What I wanted to tell you was that 23-mile mark is actually the beginning of a 39-mile route where all of the... Oh, look how pretty this is. See all the things you get to see when you're out running? Mother Nature at her finest. If that was mile 23, I was telling you earlier, a moment ago, it begs the question, where's mile 0? Mile 0 is in Algonquin, Illinois, the beginning of my individual marathon race route. And that you can run all the way down to Batavia, Illinois, to Funway Amusement Park. And on the bike trail behind Funway is mile, yes, you guessed it, 26.2. So you can run along this route and you learn how to pace yourself, which is pretty cool. You can do 2 half marathons, the upper and the lower. I've got them all marked out on Facebook. Go look up Fox Valley Individual Marathon and you'll see it. All right, coming up on my next yardage marker, time to run. Sneaking up on it. When I'm running, FYI, my actual motion, 9-minute miles, a 9-minute pace. So you throw the walking in, it goes up to 12, 13. That's all it needs to be. The point is, when I get to this next telephone pole, I can actually talk while I'm running. So that when I get home after 7 miles, I'm not wiped out on the couch, unable to do anything else for the rest of the day. For you elite natural runners, you young guys, that's not a problem. But for you older guys, like me, fat guys, yeah, this is a big deal. We got to worry about this. Check this out. That's a real working windmill, part of Fabian East Park, Fabian East Forest Preserve. All right, I'm going to turn off for a while. I don't always like to film. See you towards the end if I see something. Some more advice to you big guys. Run in bare feet, no socks. See that? You'll feel way more comfortable. Otherwise you get hot feet and that's no fun. If you get even the tiniest little pebble in your shoe, stop and take it out. Don't run on it. You're just going to end up getting something wrong with your foot. So don't do it. Number 2, If you feel the need to pee or to go poo, stop and go poo. Get it done. There's nothing about today's time that matters. It's about finishing the distance. No trauma, no injuries. Trauma is running uncomfortable, so don't do it. Be right back. What else can I tell you while I'm running? More tips. Morning. Try to stay light on your feet. You hear that guy go by? That takes a lot of energy to hit the ground that hard. It's better that, and it's energy that you lose that you have to regain in your next step, so don't do it. Try to run light. Oh, step 2, or another tip. Compression wear under your shorts. Never under any circumstances go and run anything longer than 100 yards with something other than running shorts. They got to be short, mid-thigh. The whole idea is that they don't chafe your inner thighs. The compression shorts, guys, the compression shorts are an absolute must. If you're a big guy, your thighs are going to rub together. They're going to weld themselves together after just a couple miles. You're going to be miserable. Ugh. Compression shorts are salvation. That you won't feel a thing after 7 miles. Just gliding back and forth of your thighs. And it'll make a big difference in that removing and reducing, eliminating trauma. Back to the run, 5.5 miles to go. More tips. You don't want your hands to get cold, especially your fingertips. But a lot of times winter gloves are overkill and anything else is underkill. Pair of regular socks, guys. Just stuff them in your pocket. They're good if you ever did get a blister and you need socks, but also they keep your fingers tips together, keep your hands warm, and they're super cheap. Halfway, 3.5 miles. Here's where you do a check and you ask yourself, do I feel like I took it easy? Or am I tired wondering if I'm going to finish? And the answer is, I feel pretty good. I'm checking my legs. And I'm saying, yeah, they're a little stiff. But do I have gas in the tank? Yes. Gas in the tank. Am I winded to the point where I'm going to lay on the couch the rest of the day instead of go and make other YouTube videos on fly casting? No. I'll be able to have fun on my Sunday. That's the point. Don't be so winded that you don't want to do anything else. And it's a gorgeous day in Batavia, Illinois. That's Wilson Street, east-west. If you ever get a chance to run the Fox River Trail, guys, God, it's just a gorgeous route. Gorgeous. We're going to do more of the same. I'll pick you up in another mile. Forgot to mention that last mile before the 3.5 was a 15-minute, 30-second mile. Walking, running, walking, running, obviously. It doesn't matter. I'm talking to you fat guys, you fishermen, you archers, you guys that know you need to get into shape, but you're scared to death because all of the videos you watch are guys that are running 6, 7, 8-minute miles. So you're intimidated by that. But guys, there's nothing wrong with a 15.5-minute mile. Even in a real race, that's a good marathon pace. You're going to finish, you're going to get the same medal everybody else, but at least you'll be there. You can applaud people that are doing better than you. And one thing that you'll see in a race is that the guys that are way out there ahead of you, they're on the outstretch and they're already on their way back before you even got to the halfway point. You're going to be really surprised to see those guys, those gazelles, I call them. They actually applaud you when they go by you. There's actually a lot of respect. And I never would have expected that. Not in a million years. I thought it was all about I'm better than everybody. And instead, I've seen guys that are the head of the race run by me, the back third. And they actually say, hey guys, looking good. Keep it up. Can you imagine? an elite runner, genetically designed to be a gazelle. Not me, I'm a hippo. But he runs by you and says, looking good to you. What a boost that gives you. What an absolute boost. And more importantly, it makes you want to compliment everybody else that's going by you. We're all running for different reasons. We're running for ourselves. There's a few people in every race that are running to beat everybody. They're running to win, sure, great. But even while that's their goal, they still find a way to actually praise other people that are just out there. No hope of winning or taking a place, and you're still there. And they praise you for it. That keeps you coming back for race number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And suddenly you're looking up at the mantle and somebody says, hey, Uncle Mark, how many medals have you got? And I realized I got 29. What? Fat guy with 29 medals in half marathons? There must be something to this. And it all starts with the 15-minute mile, the 15.5-minute mile. I'm so glad I'm out here. It's still pretty out. The trees are starting to bud. The birds are singing. Sun on my back. What's not to like? And when I go to check my blood pressure in a couple days, it's going to be something like 122 over 78. It's going to be incredible, especially for a guy that's in a high-stress environment like IT consulting and data science, where you're always stressed out about your job. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Don't be afraid of those long times. You're in this race for you and your benefits. And that gives you, and what it benefits you, and that gives you the right, almost the obligation to praise other people that are doing the same thing. 2 miles to go, 2.5. All kinds of things are popping into my head. 3.5, 4 miles. Right about the time you do an arm check. Check your hands, squeeze them. They might start to feel swollen right now. And again, this is a fat guy phenomenon, not a skinny guy. What's happening is you've been squeezing your arms at your side without knowing it and shutting off the blood flow. So your arms collect fluid. You just gotta put your hands up, squeeze. Take a couple minutes of doing that. Everybody that's out running knows exactly what you're doing. So don't worry about it, because you're gonna see them doing the same thing. We all do that accidentally. We all squeeze our shoulders down at our sides, cut off circulation. Just keep that in mind. Hands up over your head, let the blood flow back down. It'll feel fine in just a minute or two. Time to say hello. Morning.
Good morning. Because the money is
Oh my God, that looks like fly fishermen. This is where we actually, a bunch of spaycasters are. I'm gonna have to look in the river, see if they're fishing. Spay casting is something I do really, really well. And there they are. See the spay rods? There's a spay clave here. There's a guy named Woodlander, a Brit, comes all the way from Michigan once a month in the spring and summer, teach people how to spay cast. Gets him to buy too expensive of equipment. He'll be pissed when he hears that. But fun sport. That's how I got started. Not here, but some of the guys that attended this were casting one day, and I watched them. Let's run. See this bridge? This right here in Batavia, Illinois is Funway Amusement Park. This, the top of this bridge, guys, short gate. This right here is the 26 mile mark, 26.2 mile mark from Algonquin, Illinois. So this is the end of the Fox Valley Individual Marathon. You got the gorgeous Fox River right here. What a great finish. So if you ever want to do marathons, Go look up that website. You will get a medal. You will get a t-shirt. I print them up every year. I have medals made from Traverse City, Michigan. They do a great job there. And I'll be getting my batch in shortly. They go for 2 years at a stretch. So this will be the 2022-2023 version. I'm paying for them myself, so I can't make a batch every year. They're really nice looking medals though. You show me a picture of your start time in Algonquin, Illinois. You show me a picture of your finish at that bridge. I don't care how long it is. It could be 8 hours. I don't care. You send those, you post those up on Facebook as an inspiration to other people. Run with another buddy. I ship you the medal. It's as simple as that. I think the first time I did this, I think I printed up 20 medals. There was only one left at the end of the year. So go check that out. But here's the other side of Funway. Fox Valley individual medley, individual marathon. Morning. I just hit mile 5. Now you got a choice. It's going to be 6.5 miles instead of 7. Downhill, there's a branch, a loop that I normally take that adds that missing half mile. It's all flooded out, 6 inches deep. You can't get around it. You got to be smart. You're running bare feet. You don't want to run in 6 inches of water. So it'll be a 6.5 mile run today. But I just turned in this last mile, just went from 15.5 to 14:45. So I'm actually speeding up. Probably because I'm not talking. The point is, when you've only got 1.5 miles to go and you got gas in the tank, your legs feel okay. Now you got a choice. If you want to run a little faster, run a little longer. But you got a choice. That's the point. So by sneaking up on the first 5 miles, run, walk, run, walk, run, walk. Now I got a choice right here, 1.5 miles from the finish line. That's the whole point. I think I'm going to take it easy. It's a nice day. Just want to enjoy it so I can go out with the grandkids. Morning. It is a nice day. Now we're coming up on Red Oak Nature Center, where we'll probably see buckets on the maple trees where they're tapping. I help them with that once in a while. That should be another video. Maple syrup. All right, let's go. Coming up on the last mile, and I always have to say hi to my tree here. There's his eye, his nose, his mouth. So we gotta hug the tree. Hi tree, good to see you after all winter. We gotta hug this little eastern evergreen too, eastern pine. Hi tree. He doesn't belong here, he was planted. So he's a stranger in a strange land just like me. That hill is steeper than it looks, but it represents my last test. So at the bottom of the hill, I say it out loud, this is a test. And from the moment I take that next step until the moment I run past the fire hydrant at the top, I can't quit. Because hey, it's a test. Here goes. It's gonna hurt. It's a couple hundred yards. And a 30-degree incline. Right here, 3, 2, 1, this is a test. Just take really short steps. So it's the same amount of energy as if you took a longer stride on a flat surface. And then you just chew the hill up. If you set little goals for yourself like that, then you'll start to notice as you improve. So that's the point. Lots of little tests. 1 mile. So what I'm going to do with my last mile is back to marathon pace, because next week is going to be a 9-mile run from St. Charles, Illinois back home to North Aurora Bridge. And what I want to do is get used to just running at my marathon pace, just grinding up the miles. Don't sprint at the end. Instead, I just want to be chugging. Chug, 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 chug. Just chewing up those miles. Because next week, the secret is going to be trying to sneak up on those 2 miles that I'm adding. You want to act like they didn't even happen. So when I say sneak up, it's walk, run. Enjoy it, almost like it's a warm-up to get those 2 miles out of the way. And then suddenly you're in Geneva, Illinois, and it's the 7-mile run that you did the week before. So mentally, you feel your legs when you get from St. Charles to Geneva. You get those 2 miles, you feel your legs. You're like, I don't feel anything. I don't even feel like I exercised yet. Just feel warmed up. That's the secret. Then you do the 7, and suddenly you're standing at your front door 3 hours later. 2.5, 3. It'll be in that range. Who cares? The point is, you're going to be standing at your front door and your wife's going to come out and look. Your kids are going to come out and look. They're going to say, hey, Dad, where'd you go? And you'll say, oh, I went up a piece. Can you give me a ride back to my Jeep? And this is you guys. They're going to say, oh, sure. How long can that take? And they're thinking, you just went a mile. So then you start driving up that trail. 1 mile, a little further. 2 miles. You're like, really, Dad? That's pretty good. 3 miles. They're like, Dad, really? Did you do this? So no, it's just up here a little bit. Suddenly they're going up 4, 5, 6, 7. You're saying, oh no, just up there. No, they're really skeptical, but they're also kind of impressed. Dad pulled that off, fat dad. Suddenly there's mile 8, mile 9. They're looking up ahead trying to spot your Jeep. And suddenly they see it on the bridge at St. Charles. 9 miles away. 9 miles. Fat old guy, 60 years old. Didn't matter if you walked half of it. Who cares? That's still an impressive feat. Nothing to sneeze at. You feel good. Your kids are feeling good. Your wife is feeling good. Everybody's winning. And it only took 2.5 hours out of your morning on an early Sunday. So who cares? All right, half mile to go. Running in home. There's the house. VOGTLAND International. Gotta touch the mailbox before I hit the stop. There. Now, so the whole point of doing the running and the walking and the running and the walking, sneaking up on long runs, 7, 9, 10, 11 even, mostly 10, is that you have energy left to go and have fun the rest of the day. You're not exhausted. A training run is really all about learning how to mentally endure the distance. There's probably more to be learned from walking 10 miles than from running 10 miles. Your muscles aren't going to really get any stronger. If anything, it's going to start to deteriorate the muscles. You're tearing them down, not building them up. But getting used to being out there that long for an hour and a half. And then the real race is going to be 13 times 13. It's going to be 225 minutes, 250 minutes. That's 3 hours, 3+ hours, maybe getting towards 4 for me. That's the pace that I'm at. But getting used to the time being out there is what most people have trouble with. You get out early in the morning, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, you're done. It's 9:30 in the morning and I've already got the rest of my day that I get to use for doing other stuff. fly fishing, going out to breakfast with the kids, going and doing my archery now, and I still feel strong. I still feel like I've got energy left to do it. Hope you guys found that interesting. Thanks for being with me on my marathon training run, my marathon long half marathon training run. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. La 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 la. We'll see you out there.